There is a lot of heavy lifting to be done. I can't bench press very much. Hugh Jackman can bench press 300 pounds.
Never believe what you read on the internet, ever. Tonight, to be fair, as an actor, this is not something I'm very accustomed to, but something happened to me just under 12 months ago that really, I think, gave me a little bit of confidence, started to put things into perspective, and that was being named the sexiest man alive. On a serious note, I am very, very humbled. Again, never believe what you read in the papers.
So we're here for Climate Week NYC, and I am just dying to know your journey to Ethiopia, which you talk about inspiring and compelling you.
The hero of my story on my trip is a young farmer. He uses manure from his cows, 2 cows, which powers the stove in which they cook their food, they roast their coffee. It also powers the light, which now his children can read by at night and do homework for the first time after the sun goes down.
It just came home to me. And when you see people like Dakali, who have, in all intents and purposes, nothing materially, doing more than we do, it's humbling. I told him I would come here and I'd tell his story, so he won't be watching this, but anyway, maybe someone can tell it.
Can you talk about the sights and the sounds, the feelings, what you saw and what you felt while you were there?
Dakali couldn't speak a word of English. Obviously, I spoke about 4 words of his language. He looked at my boots, and he didn't know what they were, but he knew that I shouldn't have been shoveling manure, which is what he set me to do. So we started shoveling manure. I spent probably 2.5, 3 hours, maybe not even that, 2 hours working with him. I was sweating bullets. I was sweating, and yes, I will never ever complain ever again on any movie set. Doesn't matter how many night shoots I do. You go to places like this and you think, I want to see how we can help, and maybe we can take ideas or into there, and you realise that we're the ones who have a lot to learn. I came home to my apartment, have an apartment here in New York City, and I cannot boast that my life is carbon zero, you know, the emissions. I can't. It changed quite a few things in my life.
How does that feel, having the former Prime Minister of the UK and the Secretary General commend you?
Well, it's quite surreal, because ultimately I make a living pretending to be somebody else. I'm an actor, so I'm not going to ever pretend to be someone who's at the forefront of this issue of doing the work. There's people on the stage there who've spent their lives and a great deal of their passion and heart and energy into making these changes is something I'm really proud to support. If I can use my voice to help out, I'm really, really happy to do so.
We have to congratulate you for the big win. Does that fully validate you as the best Oscar host ever?
Oh, please, no. I still to this day pinch myself that I even get invited to the Oscars, let alone host the thing. I'll never ever forget it. I'm very, very grateful for it. So, no, come on, let's face it. You got Bob Hope and Billy Crystal. They're like the Wayne Gretzky, okay? And I don't know if you saw the Emmys, the Neil Patrick Harris, he's going to be the new Federer. He's going to have the Grand Slam soon. He's got the Tonys, the Emmys, and pretty soon he'll host the Grammys and the Oscars, because the guy's brilliant.
You're so known for discipline in training for Wolverine and doing night after night on Broadway. How much of being green is about personal discipline in your own life?
It is something that all of us wrestle with, and it's a day-to-day wrestle. I made a pledge to Dakali while I was drinking coffee in his hut, that I would only ever drink fair trade coffee from that moment on, because I cannot now drink a cup of non-fair trade coffee without thinking of him, and actually how it's damaging him by not supporting him. But I also have 2 children, 9 and 4, and I'm not sure if you have children, but particularly my 9-year-old, you don't have a choice. There's no getting away with it. Trust me, with kids nowadays, you can't be caught smoking a cigarette, you can't be caught not being green. These kids are on it. They are, and I love it. Their passion, they don't want to see the rest of their life these things not get done. At a young age, they're really passionate about these things.
Next week, the Broadway opening?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm loving working with Daniel. I'm thrilled to be back. I can't believe it's been 5 years since I've been on Broadway. I did say I wouldn't leave it longer than 5 years, but I'm kind of shocked it is 5 years. So I'm really, really having a great time.
The photos have been cracking me up, and Daniel has this Groucho Marx blonde handlebar.
Don't tell anyone it's fake. It's fake. No,
I don't know how you keep I don't know how you keep a straight face.
Well, for our 3 weeks of rehearsals, I didn't look at it. But no.